This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Darren Barker, was that worth coming up for?
Look, it's job done for me. He showed a lot of excellence there. Josh Taylor in patches. You've got to remember, look, it's there's always a dance partner, and I don't feel Kelly had it tonight in Corso. You see one of the cornermen, I think, celebrated that he got to the final bell. I think there was an injury to the hand there, Josh said. So look, it's job done. He moves on to bigger and better fights for sure. Showed, like I say, glimpses of very good stuff, but just a little bit disappointing. You know, you want to see the finish. It's the hurt business. People want to see dramatic finishes. It's there. It is within Kelly. 2 back-to-back 12-rounders. You can take confidence away from those. So yeah. Like, I'm like everyone else. I want to see a knockout. I want to see a stoppage. But you've got to remember, there's another man in there trying to survive and trying to do his thing. So look, it's the most important thing here is the box ticked. I think Calla said it there, almost an unofficial final eliminator. So yeah, we'll see what's next. It's exciting. If you're Josh Kelly and you're Adam Booth and you're Calla Sauerland, there's options there. There's options. There's a domestic fight. There's the potential world title fights when Charlo liquidates the title. So yeah.
Obviously, you'd be looking at someone like a Tim Tszyu, or if you're going to go domestic route, possibly a Conor Benn type of figure. How big is the jump, Darren, from that?
There is,
because he's already fell once, hasn't he? That hurdle.
So there is a jump. There is I say a jump. There's a massive jump. There's a leap over the pond. You know, that it really is levels away. Like, there was a guy there just completely second best in every department. I mean, funny, a name that weren't mentioned there was Tim Tszyu. I think, you know, the mandatory challenger for the WBO. I think, is it Marat Liev, number 1. So I think now he may be going down the IBF route.
The Russian guy, yeah.
Why isn't Tim Tszyu being mentioned? Yeah. You know, I don't blame him, if I'm deadly honest. But if I'm honest, I get the domestic fights. You're going to earn an awful lot of money, but I want to be here in world titles. I want to be here, and I want them all. Give me the Tim Tszyu, give me this, give me that. I want the big names. Like, I don't. It is a hurt business, and you do want to make plenty of money, so I get it. I just feel like, I don't know.
Well,
very good fighter though. Yeah. Very good fighter. He looks like he's exercised the demons from the Avanesian fight. He's improved since the Ray Robinson fight. And I think confidence is very important for Josh Kelly. So yeah, let's see what happens next.
Well, I've got you, Darren. Big week in regards to announcements. Your thoughts on Joshua WHYTE2?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for all parties, if I'm honest, and an awful lot on the line. Firstly, the winner, if it is Anthony Joshua, it fights Wilder by the sounds of it in December. Huge fights, massive fight, one of the biggest fights in boxing, whether you like it or not, that's facts. And for the loser, where's the loser going?
It's got to be the end of the day, I think.
I don't think Dillian White's going to want to campaign at a lower level. Certainly Anthony Joshua won't. But it makes sense for me. The fight makes sense.
And the other one, the controversial one, it's almost been unanimously derided. Tyson Fury and Ngannou. Is there any sense in that fight whatsoever?
Financially, yeah. Financially, am I gutted? Of course I am, yeah. Do I blame you? No. But I want to see Fury Usyk. So does everyone else. So,
can I ask you direct, Darren, do you think Tyson Fury's avoiding Usyk? Because that's the narrative that seems to be the most common.
Yeah, probably. Like, how much money is enough? Like, when do you say that's enough? Like he's got absolute fortunes. Just, you know, we're not talking about legacy here and greatness, and that only happens fighting real fighters, fighting the likes of Usyk. Look, he's certainly not afraid of it. Let's get it right. He's not afraid of it. But is he afraid of losing to Usyk? There's a difference there. Is he afraid of losing that perhaps. But what terms are you after? What is it you're after? Enlighten me. What is it? I only say this because I'm disappointed as a fan. I'm desperate to see that fight. I would love to see. Imagine that on the same show. 2 semi-finals. AJ Wilder, Usyk. Can you imagine? If you get two fights in a year,
We take it now,
let alone on a, so I'm disappointed. I understand people taking the fight for the money, but how much is enough? When did you say, do you know what, I've got enough money, let's make these fights? So
as an ex-world champion, Darren, how important is it money or legacy?
well,
That's like you said, there comes a point surely where...
Now, don't get me wrong, he's created a lot of legacy already for you, but to be known as one of the greatest ever, you've got to beat the likes of Usyk, you've got to beat the other top guys in the division, and he hasn't beaten them all yet. But right now, you'd have to say he's chasing the money. He's chasing money.
Last one, because I know you're in a dash down, thank you. Conor Benn. He's obviously talking possibly an opponent for Josh Kelly. I've got it on good authority. It's Eubank Smith rematch going to get announced next week. Where does Conor Benn go?
The options that Conor will have is big names, because he is a big name himself. He's a big draw, probably even more so now with what's all gone on. So he's never going to be short of options. It all depends on how that fight goes. I mean, if Smith does Eubank again, which I probably expect he will, is at the end of Eubank, is that fight against Benn over? Is the chance of that fight, does it have the same draw if he loses to Smith again? I don't know, but there will be options certainly for Conor Benn because it's such a big draw.
Have you got any inside information as to where we are with Conor Benn?
I haven't, mate.
Not that you tell me, but...
No, but I genuinely haven't. The more information, everyone's on your case, all right, I'll stay away from it.
Yeah, very wise. Darren Barker, safe journey home back.
Cheers, and you.
This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Darren Barker, was that worth coming up for?
Look, it's job done for me. He showed a lot of excellence there. Josh Taylor in patches. You've got to remember, look, it's there's always a dance partner, and I don't feel Kelly had it tonight in Corso. You see one of the cornermen, I think, celebrated that he got to the final bell. I think there was an injury to the hand there, Josh said. So look, it's job done. He moves on to bigger and better fights for sure. Showed, like I say, glimpses of very good stuff, but we're just a little bit disappointed. You want to see the finish. It's the hurt business. People want to see dramatic finishes. It's there. It is within Kelly. 2 back-to-back 12 rounders. You can take confidence away from those.